e6 now.
And then you play rook c3.
Yeah, then I play rook c3.
And after king e5, simply take on c6.
So that's...
I think Grischuk is
might happen.
most likely to convert his advantage into a point.
I believe something has finished.
So
Nakamura Dubov draw. Ah, yeah, draw, which means Nakamura
in this position.
Nakamura is true. Rook a4 offering a draw. Okay, yeah. So that's.
Yeah, it's up to him.
Why? Yeah, but why to bother converting? Yeah,
Right.
I perfectly understand Hikaru's decision.
So and
Perfectly understand Hikaru's
against
decision.
Wei E.
Yeah, Nepo against Wei, we can check. Well, it's still a game, but should be completely winning for Jan. I believe he can proceed with h5, simply exchanging this pawn, and then the knight is too far away on the queen side, and so basically, and we were told that Jan has already finished his game, so maybe we are somewhat behind in the transmission of moves. So that's the only game which is left. Grischuk, the game at our screen, at our actual camera, is the only game which is left. Nepo has won, so he is through to the semi-final. So we do
at
have
least one Russian player.
Yeah. We do have one semi-final, which is Wojtaszek Nakamura, and then we have...
I saw that, according to the rooster, Wojtaszek is playing with a part of that where...
no, it's the lower.
I think Wojtaszek
so it's Wojtaszek Nepomniachtchi, yeah, I'm mistaken, yes, it's Wojtaszek Nepomniachtchi, and then the upper...
Nakamura is waiting for his compatriot or Alexander Grischuk, and most likely that's...
It's gonna be tense in both cases.
And we should remind you the position on the board on the right side of the screen.
You can
yeah, I've tried
switch to Grischuk's game.
Yeah, obviously. So now it's all correct.
So we got to the position we were looking at. Yeah, rook to c1, king d7, and then.
And
no, wait.
Do you have a tactical blow?
Rook c1. Wait. And what was the move black played? I don't quite understand because.
No, it was like rook c3, then king d7, and rook c1. So now it's black to move.
Ah, it's black to move, yeah.
It's very annoying. And, you know, like, Wesley played bishop d6, allowing some pins on d-file. So he thinks that the pawn endgame...
I mean, that's a big one, actually. That's a big one, because
but, you
have to make sure...
I can't say that it's very optimistic, because it's not so clean how to proceed with white. For example, if I just... Okay, let's...
The question is if you have to unpin or not. You probably have to. Yeah, king e7. My question is if I just stake everything on d6.
Yeah, obviously. So that's the most principle.
Takes, and
I'm
go
very
g4.
I'm very but there is h4.
King f2. Yeah, I mean,
probably
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but let's see, because this is like the forcing attempt. Now taking on g4 is probably better. It's kind of outside past pawn. Everyone knows that this
so
is
white
very...
in every position white will have a couple of extra tempos.
So h4, king to f2, and then what do you do? Maybe you are in time running forward, no? Because king e7 I thought we are winning.
It's
king g2, yes, exactly. This one I've seen, yes. a6, but king f4. You take, black takes on f3, and then black wins.
Because it's a check.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I saw that I'm very bad in evaluating, but Grischuk went for the pawn endgame.
Went not really for a pawn endgame. He has taken on d6 with the knight, so he still has an option to keep the rooks, which he might use and probably will.
So if rook
h1, I suspect.
Like rook g4, rook h5, I'm taking on e5, or I'm playing rook h4.
Yeah. Rook h1's played. On rook h6...
Maybe rook h4 first?
Rook h4 plus moving the king forward, yeah. I mean, it's like really, really annoying, yeah.
Like king f6.
King e3, you're in time.
Yeah, but if, for example, g4...
King
I mean,
g5.
the question was
another.
If I take and go for the c pawn. No, but there is king g5 and...
Yeah, no.
No, it doesn't work.
Once again, you're not in time.
Yeah, so the position was
interesting. Will Wesley so save this one? You know what? e4.
Okay, obviously I'm not forced to go g4 there. But black will have some
King
counterplay.
e3, for instance. King g5, then switch the rook to c4. I mean,
which is very clever.
He's still pressing. Let's put it this way. I mean, black is not enjoying this game.
Yeah, obviously, and I think that
Black is not enjoying this game.
white made enough weaknesses in black's pawn structure.
Black made those weaknesses himself when he entered this position.
Decided to play this opening.
When he entered this position.
I would say that I'm. Okay, it's not an optimism.
Rook to g6. He decided to go for the position pawn down.
Yeah, so
let's see. So after rook h1, rook g6, kind of a forcing line. Yeah, rook takes g3, check on e5 and king d6. Now, an important question. Rook e4, which keeps everything solid but allows c5, yeah, or rook somewhere on 5th rank. That those are like two key possibilities for Grischuk.
So
rook to
rook e4.
Rook e4. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, for example, king d5.
King d5. I don't know.
King e3.
I mean, if you want, you can play rook g4 maybe. Just to. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why it's bad. It's like
no, obviously,
the rook is not hey. But then it's hard with such an active king. It's really hard to make progress. King e3, right? King e3
somewhere
and then
rook h1, I think.
Then try to give and then we give a check on d4.
Right.
So
determines the position of black's king.
King goes to e file somewhere to e5, let's
maybe
say.
f4,
and
then we switch the directions.
And we go to the other side.
And there is rook c1, and it's still
rook c4. Yeah, this I would claim white is making substantial progress. I mean, this particular one after rook c4 is probably winning. He's probably winning. So that's the.
Yeah, so rook e5.
Rook e5, king d6, rook e4, and then Wesley's to move. C5 is, well, an attempt, you know.
Yeah, so
the more pawns I exchange,
I think I have to take, because after b5, king d5, or maybe I have something.
b5.
Maybe I can play a6 there.
That's quite tricky once again.
Like c4.
Ah, wait, but why do we play king d5? You check on g2. So check on g2, king d3, rook b2, and then I stopped after king c4, but there is a check from
there
b4.
Is a check.
Yeah, rook b2.
Yeah, you're right.
Then he's
so just doesn't work at all.
Getting the pawn back.
So that's why, following my intuition, I saw that white have to take there.
Alright, so he does it the other way around. He's playing rook g5. Okay,
so maybe his idea is to play rook b5 and then c5.
And look, and this one tends to be really tense. So Grischuk is on 10 seconds. Well, you know what? I believe the position is simple enough. Let's try to watch it from the camera view, like full screen, because now the time factor becomes very important. And if there are some, subtle nuances in this position, we can try to tell them from, let's say, like very short variations. So if we can go full screen on the board and leave alone the, leave the analysis board, that would be better. So after putting the rook on c4, still fighting against c6, c5, not allowing to break through with c6, c5.
So Wesley wasn't very happy with rook b5 idea.
Rook g1, king e5. Sorry, king e3.
King d5.
King d5. And now, for instance, once again, white can give a check.
From d4.
Ah, no, he goes
okay,
from c5.
He can repeat at least.
Fine. It's fine. Yeah, the pawn on b4 is vulnerable, of course. So you have to be. Yeah, the
maybe king d4.
Silly thing will be to lose on time in this game.
Yeah,
king
obviously.
e4, that's fine, yes. Well, actually, the more I look at it,
What if black just simply give a lot of checks? I mean, if I just play rook e1 there.
King to f5, I suspect. And then rook c4, and the moment you start, let's say, trading the pawns, the moment you go c5, my king is already on f5, the pawn is on f4. And now we get to this moment where both of them are very short on time. I don't really see... It's clear that, yeah, on 10 seconds he made a move. Yes, check was given, king went to f5.
Not so clear how to hold this one.
Because at the very beginning I just thought, yeah, well, it's a rook endgame, one pawn, it's got to be a draw.
So rook e4 is probably...
Rook e4 is what you do, yeah. Rook e4 is what you do.
So c5 is not working because of the check?
Yeah, c5 it's just a check and then you take, yeah. Well, he did play it. Wait a sec. Check's fine, right?
Yeah, check. And no, I don't know what to do. Probably he just
I'm not sure what
Probably he just
Wesley does. I mean, he can make an argument that he goes with the king somewhere, Grischuk takes with the pawn, and then it will be possible to attack a5. But it all takes time, and f-pawn is running. It's on the mission. Seconds left for Wesley.
Yeah, but where to go? If king c6
wait.
I take with rook?
I'm not sure if he will be in king d4. Okay. So pawn takes now.
Takes rook b5.
And rook b5 immediately.
And
rook b5. Okay.
e6 or f4, starting with f4, rook a5, c6. And then, if for example rook a1, there is some rook c5 ideas as well.
Yeah, wait. Now, what does Grischuk?
I think if
what does Grischuk do?
Yeah, so my prediction is f4, rook a5, c6.
Okay, let's not forget that there is a6. Wait, first of all, there is a6 for white. So f4, rook takes, c6. Right,
no, c6 and rook a6 probably, which is a bit
rook e6.
inaccurate. Or maybe king e6 now.
Yeah, you can go with the king as well. You can go with the king.
Which is very solid. Grischuk, 4 seconds.
4 seconds, king e6. Now black cannot take on c5, he's like miles away from.
Yeah, like
king
check.
e6 is a good move because now king d6, he might, you know, change the pawn. Yeah, change the opinion about the pawn he's going to promote. Yeah. And now a check from a6, he simply goes to d7. He goes to support the c pawn.
Yeah, so obviously
king to d7. Yeah, this should be winning. I mean, if this is not winning, I don't know what is.
c6 and
c6
simply rook a5
takes, and c7 wins. C7 would
c7
win.
Check.
And rook e7. Rook e7.
Oh.
Yeah, check and rook e7. Yeah, c7.
No, but c7 or king e5 and still
yeah, I mean it's still a fight. But this way.
Oh, but there is some counterplay connected with king c4 and king b4, but probably black
no,
is simply
king
just
c8.
in time.
Just go king c8.
King c8,
king c8. It's a basic rook endgame.
Yeah,
king c4,
and c7.
c7.
Yeah, that's it.
c7. That's it. That's
so Grischuk.
That's that's what's written in those books. Just guys, build the bridge. Yeah. So king to c7. Oh, sorry, king to c8. Next move, pawn to c7. Then grab the pawn on e7, and that will be it.
Yeah. So c7.
And then takes on a7, next move king b8. Right? Absolutely no way back for Wesley Saw. Rook takes a7, yes.
And
that's
probably
it.
Wesley will resign.
So nice endgame technique by Alexander Grischuk, and well, we did promise a longer day today, but never happened. All 3 tiebreaks were broken in 25 plus 10 games. So a mini match of 2 games was enough to break the ties, and the winners are Hikaru Nakamura, who won with black in game 1 against Daniil Dubov, and then the second game finished in a draw.
And Jan
Nepomniachtchi and Alexander Grischuk both won with white in game 2.
So there are 2 Russians left in the tournament. Hikaru Nakamura, who is a
representative of United States,
and Radoslav Wojtaszek.
Polish Radoslav Wojtaszek. Yeah, so well, in a few seconds we should be able to show the results, the standing, the pairs for tomorrow, and starting from tomorrow, by the way, the semi-final starts. So back to classical chess from tomorrow, so 2 more games of classics, and I personally hope that there finally will be some results.